To help you learn the Canadian Prime Ministers in ascending order, here's a quick glance at the years they were in office, their full names, and photograph. So first we're going to start off with Sir John A. Macdonald was first Prime Minister from 1867 to 1873. Next we have Alexander Mackenzie from 1873 to 1878. And again we have Sir John A. Macdonald from 1878 to 1891. Then we have Sir John Abbott from 1891 to 1892. Then Sir John Thomson from 1892 to 1894. Then we have Sir Mackenzie Bowell from 1894 to 1896. And Charles Tupper was Prime Minister in 1896. Wilfrid Laurier was Prime Minister from 1896 to 1911. Sir Robert Borden was Prime Minister from 1911 to 1920. Arthur Meehan was Prime Minister from 1920 to 1921. William Lyon Mackenzie King was first Prime Minister in 1921 to 1926. Then in 1926, Arthur Meehan was Prime Minister. Then back from 1926 to 1930, William Lyon Mackenzie King was Prime Minister again. Then R.B. Bennett, or Richard B. Bennett, was Prime Minister from 1930 to 1935. From 1935 to 1948, William Lyon Mackenzie King was Prime Minister once again. From 1948 to 1957, Louis Saint Laurent was Prime Minister. From 1957 to 1963, John Diefenbaker was Prime Minister of Canada. Lester B. Pearson was Prime Minister of Canada from 1963 to 1968. Who was then followed by Pierre Trudeau, who was Prime Minister from 1968 to 1979. Joe Clark was Prime Minister from 1979 to 1980. And then back in 1980, Pierre Trudeau was back in until 1984. Then in 1984 was John Turner. From 1984 to 1993, Brian Mulroney was Prime Minister. For a short period in 1993, Kim Campbell, our only female, was Prime Minister. In 1993 to 2003, Jean Chrétien was Prime Minister of Canada. From 2003 to 2006, Paul Martin was Prime Minister of Canada. And finally, that brings us to present day, and Stephen Harper has been Prime Minister of Canada from 2006 to our present day. Thanks for listening to my video, guys, and remember to get out there and vote for who you want to be our next Prime Minister.